What's up, man? Yo, I want to talk about George Zimmerman because he's a liar, a big liar. And you know what? I wish they would have had a black female prosecutor on this team because I think the prosecutors, man, are lame, man. I really think they're lame. I think they're doing an okay job, but I don't think I don't think they transmit I don't think they have any emotion invested in this case, and it comes off, man. I mean, I don't see no emotion and heart in these prosecutors, man. I don't see no veil. I really don't see any passion in them. I see more passion in the defense team more than I see in the prosecution, and that's gonna hurt. I think that's hurting how they come off to the jury. I think they need to have some. I think they need to show some emotion, like they care about Trayvon, man, and not be so vanilla with it. You know, I wish they would have had a, a smart black prosecutor, passionate, smart female black prosecutor. Because I just got through watching HLN, and that black woman, boy, she was doing it, boy. She was telling it like it is. She was giving Zimmerman the fucking treatment, boy, and that's what Trayvon Martin's parents needed, man. They needed a black female like that to be the prosecutor, man. Because these vanilla ass prosecutors they got, I don't know. I really don't know how, they don't have no emotion, man. They not, and they doing an okay job. They could, their job could be, they could be doing a lot better than what they doing. I tell you that. They could be a lot fucking better. But anyway, George Zimmerman is a liar, and I've been watching the case a couple days now, and I always knew that motherfucker killed that boy. First of all, you shouldn't have a gun anyway. I mean, if you do have a gun, this should be a last resort, and it should be, and it should only be it should only be out when the other person have a gun. That's when you need a gun, when the other person got a gun. Other than that, I don't know if I carry a gun or not. If another person got a gun, I'm probably running, man. But there are so many other alternatives to guns. There's mace. There's tasers. If George Zimmerman would have been armed with a taser or a mace, Trayvon would have still been here. Okay, you hit that motherfucker with a taser, yeah. He's gonna be down, he's gonna be flapping on the ground, but at least he's still gonna be alive. But with a fucking gun, you not only take somebody's life, but you risk putting your fucking life of losing your freedom. Guns are no good, man. I'm not with carrying. I don't. If I used to be a security officer, I didn't want to carry a gun. Fuck that shit. I don't need no fucking gun, man. If a motherfucker got a gun, I'm running. Motherfucker coming in there with a gun or somewhere, I'm running. I ain't got to try to get in no shootout with these motherfuckers. I'm running. Catch me if you can, goddammit. I don't need no gun. Guns are just bad, period, man. Guns are bad, period. They're not needed nowhere. I understand that, somebody breaking your house, it's good to have a gun and kill them motherfuckers. But But it's not. I mean, but you can but you can get into trouble with that too. You in some states, you can't kill a person that break in your house. You go to prison for that. So these guns are just bad news all over, just all way round. Guns are no good. I would feel more comfortable with a taser or mace than carrying a gun, man. Cause look at the situation George Zimmerman got himself in by carrying a fucking gun. He on trial. Done killed the boy. Done stopped the boy's life prematurely. He's gone in the spirit world. And now his dumb ass on trial. Risking life or risking some years in prison. Risking his freedom. All because you wanted to carry a fucking gun, man. Guns are bad news, man. You see what happens? So, you guys, man, arm yourself with if you want to be a fucking security guard or whatever, man, arm yourself with tasers, mace, get the job done that way. But on this Zimmerman guy, I've been watching the trial for 2 to 3 days now, and it's just, his lies are just, I mean, what he says, it has come up to be lies. And I knew he was a liar at all. I knew this man really was lying and really just killed this boy. Really didn't have really could have got out of killing him, but he had a gripe to grind. He had a gripe with people with so-called thugs getting away. So he wanted to make his point. So let's first start off with, he lied about stand your ground law. He on Hannity, he was interviewed by Hannity. Hannity asked him was he familiar with stand your ground. Zimmerman said no. Lie number 1 right there. He was familiar with stand your ground law. He had a class on it. He had a class on criminal justice and the subject of self-defense. And the instructor talked about stand your ground laws in Florida. And the instructor also testified that he gave Zimmerman an A because Zimmerman was a good student. And we got to remember that Zimmerman wanted to be a cop. He had a best friend that was a cop. Zimmerman wanted to be a cop, so he knew the law before he even approached Trayvon. He knew the stand your ground law. He knew the law, period. He was carrying a fucking gun. He wanted to be a cop. He couldn't be a cop because his credit was bad. So he already knew the law before he even met Trayvon. He knew what was up. So he felt powerful. He felt, I'm damn near, I know the law, because knowledge is power. I know the law. I know what I can get away with. We got to stand your ground. So if this motherfucker beat me up, I can just shoot him and say, I was defending myself. So that's lie number 1. He knew about stand your ground. Okay. Now lie number 2. Now he claims Trayvon was covering up his mouth while he was on the ground. First of all, this motherfucker knew this motherfucker was taking MMA classes. Not only did he know the law, but he was doing everything cops do in training. He took MMA classes, self-defense classes, and I took a 1-day class of self-defense MMA, and the first thing they teach you is when somebody on top of you, how to flip them over. So this motherfucker, I'm pretty sure he knew how to flip Trayvon over. He claims, well, the thing is that Trayvon, what is said is that Trayvon was on top of him beating him up. The reason if Trayvon was beating him up is because Zimmerman was letting him beat him up. This faggot knew MMA. He could easily have flipped Trayvon over. But this motherfucker wanted to kill him. So he gonna let Trayvon beat him up so he can have something to say to tell the cops, look, he was beating me up, man. I had to shoot him. He was beating me up. You fucking devil. You fucking devil. You already didn't like blacks. You already didn't like, you called them thugs. You didn't like blacks unless they acted white. I just watched HLN and they talked about that. One of your family members talked about how y'all was raised, how your family don't like black people unless they act white. What the fuck does that mean? You know, fucking devil. So you're a racist already. You're fucking racist. You profiled Trayvon. Only thing you profiled Trayvon because he was walking while black. You know that's a crime. Walking at night while black with a hoodie on. Oh, that's a fucking crime right there. So he was already a suspect just for being a black teen with a hoodie on in the rain. Oh, he's a fucking suspect. So you profile this guy, you fucking devil. Man, shit gotta change, man. I mean, I'm sick of fucking devils. You know, shit really gotta change, man. You know, really do. One of the reasons why I hate this fucking world. I don't know what. I don't know. Like I said, God is the fucking devil for all I know. You know, we live in an evil ass world, man. The devil rules in this world. Devil rules in this fucking world. We in a world of slavery, but I'm going off. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so you already profiled this guy. He ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't see him commit no crime. He's walking while being black. So you assume you have to follow him because he's a black teen. You're a racist faggot. So you did that. Okay. Then you say Trayvon got on top of you and beating you up. And the struggle lasted for a good while. It lasted for a good, what? Maybe 3 to 5 minutes. It lasted a good while. And your faggot ass, you knew MMA. But you let Trayvon get the best of you. Because you was setting him up to kill him, you fucking devil. You could have easily, the first thing we learned in MMA is when somebody on top of you, how to flip them over. I don't know no other move because I took one class, but I know that fucking move. If I ever get into a fight and somebody's on top of me, I'm gonna easily be able to flip them over easy because that's the one move I learned. And I'm pretty sure George know that move. But he lets. And he could easily put, if he took MMA, he could have put Trayvon in a chokehold easily. Or a submission move. Or a submission hold. You know, easy. He could have grabbed his arm, broke his arm. But no, this motherfucker, he want to kill him a nigga tonight. So, he claims Trayvon was covering his mouth up. But it's funny. There was no DNA on Trayvon's hands. If there was no blood on Trayvon's hand, now your nose is bleeding. Now if Trayvon got his hand over your mouth, he gonna get some blood on his hand from your nose. Come on now. He gonna get some blood on his hands from your fucking bleeding nose, asshole. No saliva, no DNA, no nothing on his hands. Off George Zimmerman. Nothing. No, there's no George Zimmerman DNA on Trayvon's hands. So that's lie number 2. You're a liar. There's no lie number 3. You said Trayvon was going for your gun. Your cop friend testified Trayvon touched the gun. But you say that Trayvon touched the holster on the gun. There's no evidence, there's no DNA, there's no prints that Trayvon touched your holster or your gun. Only prints on that gun was from you. Only prints on the holster are from George Zimmerman. So I find you, George Zimmerman, fucking guilty. I don't know how long they gonna give you in prison. I think you should do about 25 to 35 years. Um, I don't know how long they're gonna give you, but I hope the jury. I wish they would have had a black female prosecutor, man, because I don't have confidence in this prosecuting team. These vanilla folks, they're vanilla in every way. I mean, there's no passion. I don't see no passion. I just see them going through the motions. But if that asshole would have had a fucking taser or some mace, none of this shit would have happened. So that's it, man. Peace.